Greetings guys, gals, non-binary pals, and welcome back to another video. I hope you are well and I hope you are fighting because there is a lot to be fighting for. Now, the other day I asked on Instagram, the Queer Kiwi, if you aren't following me there, you absolutely should be. I need the attention, thank you. I asked what videos you wanted to see from me, and I had a lot of people requesting I do men writing women again because it's been a long time, and I agree. It has been a long time. So that is what we are here to do today, looking at some really cool, fun ways that men decide to write women in literature or advertising or anywhere else, because it doesn't make much sense. It's quite ridiculous. But before we get into it, I would like to take a moment to say thank you to today's sponsor, Beducated. Beducated is an online learning library for sexual health and wellness, as well as like tips and tricks and advice. And it is really, really cool and really, really helpful because something that we all know is that school does not really teach you very much, like at all. And so a lot of people, and especially queer people, are left very confused and afraid of going into like sexual encounters because you don't know how to be safe, you don't know what you're meant to be doing, you don't even really know how it works. And if you're like me, you like to be prepared before going into situations. I was so terrified before the first time I like hooked up with my ex-girlfriend. It was so scary because I didn't know what to do. I didn't know anything. I had no information and I didn't really know where to get it from because, you know, like TV and like X-rated content is not the best place to get advice from. And if I had a resource like Beducated, it would have been so great and so helpful because like I just have such basic questions, right? And I know there's not one set answer and everyone is different, which is why communicating is important. But I wish I had some like baseline knowledge going into it, you know? It would have been way less scary. And so I really love that Beducated is a way to offer that. Not only for people going into their first encounters, but like we're always growing and learning more about ourselves, and courses on Beducated range from things like sexual wellness and safe sex to discovering more about your body and erotic massage and starting kink. And it's just got kind of everything that helps you with self-discovery that you can also do with your partner to learn more about what they like, and you can learn more together because you're constantly learning. It never stops, and it's really cool. And one that I did that I really liked was a sexual confidence course, which just works on unlearning shame because there's a lot of shame around sex and sexuality. And I'm someone with a lot of sexual trauma and I find it really difficult. So doing like a course learning to unlearn shame and then rediscover yourself and learn more about yourself and become a more open person with your body helps you not only in sexual situations, but also just in your day-to-day life, feeling more confident and comfortable within your own body. It's just really great, it's really empowering, and it's really cool. Beducated is a really incredible resource for anyone of any sexuality, any gender, for any questions that you have. If you would like to try Beducated, then you can use the link in my description with the code KIWI, 40% off a yearly subscription and your first 24 hours having every single course free. And when the yearly subscription runs out, when it renews, the code is going to be used again. That discount is there forever. I couldn't recommend it enough. Thank you, Beducated, for making such an incredible resource, and thank you for sponsoring today's video. Let's get into it. Women who love horses usually love sex. It's no accident that for girls, the onset of puberty is often marked by an obsession with horse flesh. There seems to be a weird recurring thing of like women who like horses like sex. There seems to be the misconception of like, since you're straddling a horse and it's moving, it's like pleasurable. I promise you that it's not. It fucking hurts. It hurts. There's nothing like sexually gratifying at all about riding a horse. Nothing about horses in general at all are at all sexual. It's really weird for these assumptions to be made that horse girls are like horny for horses. It's odd, man. I promise you there's absolutely no correlation at all. Don't project your sexual attraction to horses onto young girls because it's not a thing. It's not a thing. You made that up. Why is male country music like hot girls in teeny tiny shorts, I will make you my wife, bear my children, front porch, family values, casseroles, and female country music is like, oops, I killed my husband? Your question answered your question. Conservative, I will make young woman in tiny shorts my wife and force her to follow conservative Christian values and raise a family and cook for me and clean for me and look after me. I wonder why she wanted to kill her husband. Did I say that? I did. Yeah, you answered your own question here. I'm glad we had this conversation. Her name was Glycinda. She was 14. Oh no. But had the body of a grown woman. No. Soft, perky breasts atop a delicate frame. No. Flips 4 pages ahead. Like pepperonis. Those nipples were... like... For what? For why? Why is it necessary? Why are like nipples always a focal point of these people's writing? Boobs and nipples. What's the obsession? And why children? Why are they constantly bringing children into this? Just because it's fiction doesn't mean it's not creepy. It's really weird that you're like, I can't talk about 14-year-old boobs in real life. So I'm gonna write about them and pretend that it's important to my story. No, still really fucking creepy. Don't do that. It's weird. Don't think about 14-year-olds' boobs, maybe. Boobs and nipples aren't inherently sexual, obviously. But I know what the intention here was, and I know why you were writing it, and it's really weird and creepy. It's not necessary. Thank you. Please stop. Love triangles can't exist without at least one LGBT person. Cis-hets just don't know how shapes work. And then they have what's called a love triangle. These 2 points liking this one, not a triangle. And then this is a triangle of like this one loving this one, loving this one, loving this one. And so it's actually a triangle. Absolutely correct. Please make better love triangles because yeah, this is not a love triangle. Most of the characters that people call a love triangle is really just the love corner and the woman is usually backed into it. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much exactly accurate. That is what it is. Yeah. No. Yeah. Totally. Can we get some proper love triangles? And like ideally we could end it with like polyamory or something. That'd be cool. A really good resolution is they all decide they're actually in love with each other. That'd be sick. Never happens though, does it? It is, as you say, usually 2 men chasing 1 woman who then feels like she doesn't have a choice in her opinion. And yet, no, yeah. Give me better love triangles. Give me gay. Give me communication. Give me consent. Stop backing women into corners. I had never considered this before, but absolutely correct. This is an ad for a Love Baby Soft makeup product, I believe. And it says, Love Baby Soft because innocence is sexier than you think. And it's like a child or a person who looks very childish holding a teddy bear. And this is vile. Absolutely disgusting. So gross. Why would you think this is a good ad campaign? The problem is it probably worked. That's the really gross part about it. It looks like kind of an old ad and it is something that would have worked, which is really fucked up. We've gotten a little bit better at disguising our like gross and creepy advertising now. Blech. Ugh, icky. How can one sit there and decide this is a good ad campaign and then like use it actively, being like, you know, we could sell a product? Pedophilia. What is this? Pretty Little Liars? I'm so sorry. I'm rewatching that at the moment and oh my god, I don't have the right words to describe how fucked up the amount of like 15-year-old girl hooking up with 24-year-old man is like normalized in that. Like no one has a problem with it. That's for another day. I might make a podcast about it, so go subscribe to our podcast channel. This is my spy character. She is a woman who uses sex and her slinky feminine wiles to triumph over her male adversaries. She learned this from years of sexual assault when she was but an innocent lamb. Her name is Redress Russian Thought, and she's written by Greg Brad Manperson. Groundbreaking. Yeah, I mean, again, this is so true. I've never really thought about it. Like, I have, but I, like, haven't, you know? It's literally every single time. This is just the absolute stereotype of every single spy character that exists. And it's interesting because they always have a history of abuse. Always. And a lot of the time, just in general, outside of spy characters, strong female characters have a history of abuse, particularly abuse at the hands of a man. It's this weird implication that the only way a woman can be strong in her adulthood is if she spent her entire childhood fighting a man. Like, it's really weird that, like, even in our strong, independent characters, we make the core of them men. We've made their entire character based off of the fact that they have suffered at the hands of men. Why can't they just be a strong woman? Why do they have to have a past of abuse or assault? Why do they have to have that in their past? Why can't they just be a strong woman? Or if they've got to have a backstory and a struggle, because, you know, everyone has a backstory and a struggle, can it be something else? For once, please. You're a feminist. Step 1. Win her over. A feminist is just like any other woman. She won't give you the time of day if you don't know how to approach her. To prove you're not part of the dreaded penisocracy, pretend to share her beliefs. But hide your lack of actual knowledge of feminist issues and show her how much you value her opinion by asking intelligent questions. What must women do to earn equal pay for equal work? Or has Gloria Steinem's marriage hurt the feminist agenda? Or did you see Cagney and Lacey on Lifetime last night? And the feminist depicted in this, that this step is to be used on, is a woman with unshaved armpit, a cigarette, and wearing jeans. And she is saying, there'd be no wars if all penises were cut off. Step 2. Open her eyes. Don't just wait for her to think differently. Give her some options. Begin by discussing lipstick feminism, which is far more moderate than the combat boot variety. She can be a girly girl and still be a feminist, explains Jennifer Baumgardner, co-author of Manifest a Young Woman Feminism in the Future. There's no need to issue things like shopping makeup or boyfriends. Don't think she's ready for a Maxim subscription just yet? Sign her up for Bust, feminist light mag that says women can be independent, strong, and relatively hairless. And this one step less feminist is wearing a pink jacket and saying, maybe you're not a bum like my absentee father. Step 3. Treat her right. Once a relationship is established, you should treat a feminist just like you treat any other girl you're interested in. Baumgardner advises, as long as you're not overbearing, she won't object to your opening the occasional door or picking up a check. Next, unlock her repressed Malibu Barbie fantasies and buy her a tight tank top with feminist printed on the chest from outspokenclothing.com. Tell her she looks great, but try to avoid phrases like bodocious tatas. And then this girl, the next step of feminist, is wearing like a cute little crop top and skirt with pigtails, saying, I think a man completes me. Which is interesting that they've also made her look like young and dressed her like young in a sense. Step 4, shift her focus. To preserve any chance of getting your chin butted, you'll have to reshizzle her feminist tinge interests so you can actually spend time with her. Focus on the things you have in common, suggests Michelle Weiner Davis, author of The Sex-Starved Marriage. She likes pro softball, take her to a major league game. She's a staunch environmentalist, go camping. She supports the woman's right to reject the outdated mores of our male-dominated society. Tell her to get closer to your mic. And that last step, the one that says she's cured, she is wearing lingerie and saying, your Camaro makes me so hot. So, yeah. It's, oh my God. Yeah, the key to get to a woman's heart, if you don't agree with her morally, is to manipulate her and gaslight her. Pretend you care about her thoughts and her beliefs and her morals and just lie to her until you can sleep with her. And then everything is good. How about instead just Go have sex with someone you like and whose opinions you agree with. Like, you went into this thinking this person was, like, unattractive and had bad morals. So why did you want to date them in the first place? It's really fucking weird. Go date someone that you actually like and don't have to, like, manipulate in order to spend time with them. Just a thought. Putting that out there because that's still an issue today. Just, like, date people you like. Yeah? Don't try to change people into someone you want them to be. Instead, find someone that's already that person. Attention men. Sergeant Dave and Teddy want to remind you. If on her skin she has a doodle, never ever let her touch your noodle. Tattoos are a sure sign that a woman is syphilitic, mentally unsound, and possibly from Quebec or America. I love this little ad so much because it rhymes. It's a picture and it rhymes and it's so funny. I love it. I love it so much. It's brilliant. 10 out of 10. If her skin has a doodle, don't ever let her touch your noodle. Brilliant. Do I agree with the message that it's sending? No, I think it's ridiculous. But it is so funny. Women with tattoos could give you syphilis. Or worse, they could be American. Brilliant. So funny. Oh my god, I love it. 10 out of 10. Have you copped every size of breast in your hands? I legitimately think that I have. From the tiniest, sparkliest pebbles to the most fertile, giant warm pillows, I have traversed the tapestry of the lush land of bosom. Well, firstly, boob size don't have anything to do with fertility. Your boobs are not reproductive organs. They're, like, related to childbirth and stuff, right? But they're not directly related to fertility. Why? We talked about that at the start. Why do men feel the need to describe boobs in such weird ways? They're always being given, like, personalities and characteristics that do not make any sense and are so ridiculous. What do you mean sparkling pebbles? What? Have you ever actually seen a boob? Because you're trying to claim you've held every single shaped and sized breast in your hand, but you don't even know what one looks like. And also, clearly, I don't think you understand how many different shapes and sizes there are of breasts, because there is not a chance that that is true. And I'm going to question whether you've even touched one single boob ever in your life, let alone all of them. So we have the meme of the man sitting there with, like, the butterfly. Young adult authors. Domestic abuse. Is this sexual tension? Big yikes on this one, because, yeah, that is a big problem. It is a little bit of an issue. This, again, isn't solely for male authors. This extends into female authors as well, possibly even more so, where, for some reason, sexual tension is always written as, like, manipulation and abuse, and it just really normalizes that sort of dynamic within a relationship for young adults and teenagers, and that's a big problem. Can we please stop doing that? Can we get a healthy relationship and actual real sexual tension that doesn't come from the place of control and manipulation? That'd be really cool. That'd be really sick. Keep your, like, consensual non-consent kinks off of books that are made for, like, teenagers. Thank you. That'd be really, really cool. If you could do that, we'd all really appreciate it. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. I hope that you have enjoyed. Let me know what your thoughts are. A massive thank you to my Sprout and above patrons whose names are up on the screen right now. And a huge, huge thank you to my Kiwi Cat patrons. Wolf, Toulouse, Bobby, Sparrow, Josh, Robbie, Silly, Robin, The Alienated Librarian, Rosendo, and Akita. I love and appreciate you all so, so much. Thank you so much for joining. If you would like to become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/savvycat. For as little as £1 a month, you get my videos a day early. And then from tiers up from that, you get more stuff as Patreon works. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram, The Queer Kiwi, and Twitter, That Queer Kiwi. Subscribe to my second channel, Kiwi with a Q. Subscribe to my podcast, Savvy Cat Productions. And yeah, I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Stay safe. Keep fighting. I love you. Mwah.